to equip, challenge, and empower men to expand their family leadership capacity for national transformation. Blessed are those who overspend in December, for they shall see the fire of January. Welcome to the Inspired Family Leader Program with Samuel A. Bakutana, your host, a certified executive coach, an award-winning leadership consultant, global speaker, senior facilitator, and author, the CEO of Inspired Leaders International, and your Provincial Fathers Union President. What a joy to have you tuned in. Right now we are saying Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Whereas I know you may actually have a Merry Christmas, I am not sure you are going to have a Happy New Year. That's why I started by saying, blessed are those who overspend in December, for they shall see the fire of January. In this program today, we are talking about the habits that we need to avoid this Christmas season if we are going to have a truly happy New Year. And with me in the studio is none other than an amazing father to my right, Afande, Senior Superintendent of Police, Jackson Mucunguzi, from the police headquarters in Naguru, and you're yet to hear a few more things about him. And also on my extreme right is another senior father, the engineer Ronald Kibuuka, an engineer, a senior constructor, and the chair of the Fathers Union in one of the parishes in the Diocese of Kampala at St. Luke's Ntinda. Gentlemen, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Blessed are those who overspend in December, for they shall see the fire of January.
What a great statement.
Could that be a wish?
Very strong statement.
It's just a humble warning to our viewers.
That's great.
Engineer Ronald, you're very welcome.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Yeah, would you like to go ahead and say hi to our viewers and introduce yourself?
We do bless the Lord for a time like this, and we do thank the Lord for you, viewers, and this goodness for us all that we have come to the end of the year, or close to the end of the year.
Yeah, it's gone.
Blessed are we who are here and you who are there, whom God has led through the different challenges of the year up to this time. We do really bless His name.
Indeed.
As my brother said, Ronald Kibuuka, my name's. I'm an engineer with DAW Engineering and Construction Company. I'm a father, and I'm also a husband to one wife, Mrs. Rita Kibuuka.
Who is a female woman.
Who is a female, of course. And God blessed us with two beautiful girls and two handsome young men. So we are blessed, and we do come to you from St. Luke's Church in Ntinda. But of course, we still run a ministry called Boys to Men in the province of the Church of Uganda. Yeah. We do pray that God gives us the grace as we interact in this program. Yes.
Absolutely. You're very welcome, and it's a joy to host you here today, my brother.
Thank you.
Afande,
Yes, sir.
please say hi to our viewers and go ahead and say a few more things about yourself and family.
Yes, this is an international channel. We shall say good morning, good afternoon, and
Good evening, depending on where they are watching from.
Wow.
I am a senior superintendent of police, Jackson Mucunguzi. I'm a senior officer at the Department of Child and Family Protection, Naguru. We are the people who are behind seeing that family is stable using the lenses and perspective of police. I am a son and a soldier and a police officer of God.
Wow.
In uniform. I'm a husband to one dear wife called Nagasha Wiklin Mucunguzi. She's watching. And my beautiful daughters. And I'm a guardian of very many boys. Above all, I also say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. If you don't spend, you will see the wrath of January.
If you don't spend, or if you overspend.
If you overspend, there will not be small still association.
All right.
Glad to be with you here.
Thank you so much, Afande. So let me begin with you. Generally speaking, what does Christmas mean to you?
Yes. From the Christian perspective, Christmas is a very good season where we celebrate the birth of the most celebrated human being, Jesus Christ. and it is recognized globally, and therefore it is a moment where we celebrate that special birthday. Then from the security perspective, it is a busy season.
Very busy season.
Where everybody wants to celebrate. Even some people take a year without going to church. It is a moment when they want to go to church.
Christmas they can't miss.
Christmas they can't miss. They are busy downtown shopping.
So for them, church is like an AGM, an annual general meeting. They go there once.
Where they want to celebrate. So it is a very great day that we should always celebrate. But you need to do it and celebrate it when you arrive.
All right, indeed. If you don't do it in a way that you should do it, then you may not arrive. You may not arrive alive. Arrive alive. Engineer Ronald.
Yes.
What does Christmas generally mean for you?
Well, indeed, Christmas is such a time that brings joy to whoever believes that the Son of God was born. And with that, it brings togetherness, the joy, the spirit of oneness, and even the moment that comes around and the expectations of people. Actually, there are people who start preparing for Christmas in January of the beginning of the year. So it's such a moment that it brings great joy.
As soon as they are out, they are actually in. They have started the preparation.
In and out. And actually, my brother just made a statement. I remember one of my people called me and said, actually traveled to the village last week and attended the church and was telling me, do you know that we are the only people at church? I said, what?
Meaning what?
That here, people come to church Christmas and Easter. Said God. So now people are already preparing for Christmas. The special things, that shoe, that clothes, that what, such, and eatings.
Yes.
Of course, a special time to each and every person in a different perspective.
That's true.
Yes.
So for you, what does it mean to you as a person?
To me as a person, in fact, you know, you made a statement when we were entering and you said that they deceived us that
they deceived us that we should grow up. Another thing is a trap. There are so many responsibilities.
So, when you talk of the Christmas of today and the Christmas of then,
of those days.
Oh my God, it used to be such a special moment in all the perspectives, and you could even think of eating the entire world. You plan to eat this and the other and everything. Now when it comes to this, it means quite a lot of things. Responsibility.
Yes.
Taking precautions at almost every level. Extending a hand where it needs to reach.
Helping somebody.
Exactly. So, you know, when you grow up, it means different from when you are. Because
very
you
young,
see,
yes.
When if you ask me Christmas and my bodyguard, my bodyguard will tell
your
you
son, for the sake of the viewers, I don't know what you're talking about.
Definitely.
Yes.
So you will have a totally different perspective. But generally speaking, I think it's such a time to me that it brings togetherness among families, and in fact even neighbors, colleagues, and you know, these are the changing days of town where you find every person stands on a different platform at an isolated level. But then some areas like in our countryside and where people still connect.
That's true.
People see it as an area of connection, where you extend a hand to that one who is down, where the joy means that you reach out to one another. So such perspectives, I think we still need to build them.
I think
so that people can have hope in a day like this.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much. So where are you going to be spending this Christmas, you and your family? Well, how is it going to look like for your family specifically?
Yeah, so for my family,
on 25th, where can one find you and your family?
Well, right in the morning, I'll be home, and a few moments after home, I'll be at St. Luke, at my church. From my church, I'll get back home. I'll have the enjoyment, the meals with my family, and probably. Actually, it was built in me. the whole day would be that day home of interacting and joining and enjoying quite a number of things. We'll be viewing this film, the other. We'll be there, totally home. When I was growing up, they told us it wasn't good to move on such a big days and be
away
it's
from
risky.
your home and your family.
Exactly. So we grew up knowing you keep within that environment, the home environment, so that you are safe. Because much as you can take precautions, somebody B or A might not take.
That's true.
And at the end of the day, you might be caught up in the fracas that you are not.
So, like these friends here in security, they tell us that when you are on the road driving, always assume you are the only one who is sober, everyone else is drunk.
Exactly.
And to some extent, there is a truth in it.
So that's how mine is going to flow.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Afande, how is your Christmas season going to look like? Maybe specifically Christmas Day, but generally this season with your family.
See, for us, we are always on standby. And I don't know where my boss will be on Christmas, but I'm ready
to be anywhere.
Just in case he doesn't invite you to deploy somewhere, what are your plans?
Absolutely, I'm a person who believes that life begins and ends at home, and therefore
that's quite a strong statement.
So I will be with my dear family. Gauging the temperatures at home. Because you see, as a man, you are the one who sets the temperatures of your home, temperatures of happiness. Because you see, we believe that a secure Christmas is a happy family. So I will be aiming towards gauging my children, dancing here and there, my dear wife laughing here and there. Then we go to the church if we get time. We go to church, we praise and celebrate the birthday of Jesus Christ. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. So let's get to the gist of the matter, where the rubber hits the road. In this season, many people have many different habits that they always display, demonstrate, and some of those habits are good, others are not that good. We want to specifically focus on those habits that we need to avoid during this season of Christmas if we are going to truly have a happy new year. So let's take it on from there. I will request you to share maybe 2, then engineer shares maybe 2. We come back to you like that as we continue to converse together.
Okay. The sole purpose and the establishment of police is to protect life and property, and I will therefore talk about those habits that can risk life. Number 1 is drink responsibly.
So the habit we should avoid is drinking irresponsibly.
You need to...
Do you mean like water, soda, milk?
No.
When you say drink?
The other things that contaminate, that give you extra energy.
Alcohol.
Especially alcohol. You need to drink responsibly and drive responsibly. Kindly, if you take your beers, you take anything that will make you happy on Christmas, ensure that you don't drive. Drink, but don't drive. Get somebody who can drive you, or you go with public means. So we need to plan that habit of drinking, and it is not written anywhere that you should drink crates of beers. Take 1 or 2. Even the Bible says good for the stomach.
What does it exactly say?
It says, in James where they say that you drink something small for the stomach. And
for the stomach, they mean if you have stomach problems.
And if you don't have
stomach problems, this advice is not yours.
It's not yours.
Just for clarity.
Yes, and another thing, the habit they normally do is celebrate without integrity.
Okay, celebrating without integrity.
Yes, people they get out of normal lifestyle. They are excited. Others fight. Others they think it is end of the year, end of life. Others give in. We have up country. We have these people who normally go singing Christmas carol. Most people have become wives out of that program. So they give in society.
That's
that
what we
they move
call
from
them.
one house to another house, another
Night
house,
angels.
like the night angels. And in that night angels, they commit a lot of crime. They get infection, others get married, early pregnancy. So that behavior, you need to know that there is life after Christmas.
Okay, pause.
Yes.
Engineer Ronald, what are
Thank
some
you.
of the habits that we should avoid this Christmas season if next year is going to be really a happy new year?
Actually, I'll start by saying any irresponsible behavior of any sort.
Yes.
Because these are things that starts with a mindset. One could be gathering a few coins and putting them together, but the intention is to spend in Christmas, and sometimes even spending irresponsibly.
Spending irresponsibly.
Now, some of the behaviors could even start with our mindsets. You who is behind the wheels, driving a bus, driving a matatu, who is taking people in the far countryside, the first thing is to consider yourself being there. That's why for us in Land Rover Mission Team, we have a statement that
Land Rover Mission Team.
yeah, we have Land Rover
These
Mission
guys.
Team. Yeah, definitely, we have Land Rover Mission Team. And now, and there we say, arrive alive.
Yes.
You must make sure that you arrive alive. So in whichever countryside where you are going, you who is behind the wheels, let that be in your mind. And secondly, you who is traveling, if you can sometimes avoid, you too, because it's not even a point that Jesus is born in your village or anywhere.
Yeah.
He's not born in your village.
I agree with you.
Christmas is not your birthday.
No,
Jesus' birthday.
definitely.
Yeah?
So sometimes think right and position your mindset right. Sometimes people plan for erosive behaviors, and you find, like my brother said, people risking themselves, and eventually they get into behaviors which are going to cost them heavily, and even others, because one who has just gotten a new vehicle and said, okay, maybe God has blessed us. You are responsibly on the road, and you are going, your actions are going to cost you, cost me, than the country. Because the country is going to spend on your health and in everything, because you've really caused an accident. So we need to be very careful with any behavior that we undertake.
So driving irresponsibly.
Drive
is a huge issue.
exactly. Now, behaviors which are personal. I'd like to echo the statements of one of our leaders, Canon Dr. Ruth Senyonyi, the chairperson of Uganda AIDS Commission. When she was delivering her message, she put precautions on individual behavior during this season. Because when you don't behave rightly, like my brother said, you know, he has that statement of drinking. Those people who overdrink, they might end up also over-engaging in
What do you mean
acts.
over-engaging?
But by engaging in areas that are risky,
Like?
Sexual patterns.
those kind of irresponsible sexual involvement and behaviors.
What I'm hearing, if I'm getting you right, is that many times when people get involved in alcoholism, they rarely fail to get involved in sexual irresponsibility. Out of, what do we call it? Is it under the influence? That's the phrase they use, under the influence.
Exactly. And there's so many people, like you made a statement, that could that January be reached? You might end up reaching January with the kind of damages on you or spots on you that you've already entangled yourself in quite a number of things. And in fact, on this day or during this season, people they can even backslide from their faith and knowing God, and they find themselves getting down into the ditch. So that's why these precautions are always clear. Not to do anything.
All right.
Out of
I'll pause.
Yes.
Yes, habits. Avoid being in dark spots because it is only two people allowed to be there. The criminal and the police. So if you are not a criminal and police, avoid being in dark spots.
Okay.
Yes.
If you are not a criminal and you are not a police person, avoid being in dark spots.
Because police is there to stop that bad enemy, and enemy or the bad guy is there to commit crime. So always be in places that have light,
Yeah.
Light is a spiritual thing, and at the same time,
It has a spiritual symbolism.
yeah,
Yes.
and at the same time, it's very big security tool.
Yeah.
Wherever there is light, there is no crime. Even criminals hate the light. Yeah, so we encourage people when they go for Christmas, kindly put your car. Don't be stingy. Leave the security lights on. Those who have cameras, download data, put data. Put the data so that you can keep watching what is happening. Don't go up country and forget the property that you have left in Kampala or anywhere. So light is very paramount. Most people like to be in the darkness, and the darkness incites, and it is an agent of the devil. So we need to tell them that it is very paramount. Those who are going, get a person who can remain behind. Don't leave home empty. Don't forget to inform the neighbors. Tell the neighbor I have gone. You can keep
Sometimes isn't that a security threat also? Because some neighbors, once they know you have left,
it depends on how you operate. You have been cooperating with them.
Yes.
If you've been a bad neighbor, then you will suffer.
they are the bad neighbors.
Oh, they are the bad neighbors. But at least you need to get somebody who can be there. The best two gifts that you can give yourself is a healthy mind and body. Some people engineer, and you know, in Christmas they overeat.
So the habit to avoid is overeating.
Somebody carries food as if he's using a wheelbarrow. Please, all problems are not going to be solved in Christmas. Our Archbishop was clear today. He said, do not be overtaken by food. Eat the small quantities that you can, then after all, tomorrow you will be hungry. You will be
hungry again.
So don't be taken over by food excitement. You will get food poison, and then it will be a problem.
Now, pause a bit and I read a message for you here.
Yes.
It's like this person was prophetically knowing that you are going to say this point on air. This was exactly 1 hour ago at 8:28. When somebody saw the poster for this program, she came to my inbox and said, let them talk about other things, but not scare us not to eat as if there is no tomorrow, because some people eat chicken only on Christmas. And I know you are watching. You can see the message.
There's a statement I wanted to add on to that. When I was growing up, I remember a man on our area.
Yes.
Now this man, I think when it came to eat, he was a good eater, and he ate meat. So there is this thing called a tin.
Yes,
you know. So the man got any meat and filled the thing, and he locked himself in the bedroom. And he ate the meat.
Really?
He ate the meat, and people were looking for him, and was nowhere. Now eventually they spotted him in the bedroom, but he was helpless. Getting him out of there, the man was like off. Now they had to punch the back, and then the meat started
coming out like a bullet.
Like a bullet. So that kind of habit of eating is quite a challenge.
21st century.
I think I saw on TV about 5-6 years ago, maybe some people who are viewing may have seen this somewhere on TV, that there were competitions of eating during a certain Christmas period, and a young man ate, was it 20 eggs or something like that? And he died actually after that.
It's
So
very
you can
dangerous.
imagine.
But you see it was okay, the TV. You know,
I don't know. I don't remember which TV station it was, especially for security purposes.
How do you eat 20 chapati and 20 eggs, and you think the country will develop with you?
Please go right ahead. Which other habit should we avoid besides overeating during this Christmas season? Yes.
Actually, the other habit, if we are to look into a good cross into the new year, we should avoid overspending. Overspending. Because people tend to almost spend on everything. People tend to think that everything should be on the table. When it comes to the table, it should be filled with everything. When it comes to clothes, people think they can really pick everything.
Some people even divorce.
Yes.
After Christmas, because the husband did not buy a new dress.
So when you look at all these cases, overspending is one fact that has got dire consequences. Because the moment you get to the level of overspending, people go to the extent of risking getting rid of the properties they have already acquired in the name of Christmas. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
One could borrow money, and before you know it, and January is always that critical month because everybody almost gotten done with. But responsibilities are there. A man who is having a home, who is a father, please avoid overspending.
Yeah.
Plan your resources well, knowing there is aftermath.
And you know, one of the reasons, Engineer Ronald, why people overspend, one of the things coming to mind is that they spend in order to impress. So you find somebody is spending to impress. If you've not been in the village, now you have gone to the village, you want to impress everybody in the village so that they know that wherever you have been, you've been a great man.
My brother.
you spend to impress them.
Exactly.
To impress. Others, they are dying for the clan. Every cousin, brother, sister, when they know you have come, then they all line up. And then you also want to give everyone to die for the clan. And
then dying for the clan, one man made a statement, and I still remember it. It was like to Christmas and overspent. They like impress everybody, buy alcohol. Everybody was happy in the village. Then he got in his stuck and he was not able to get back to Kampala. Then he calls those who were in Kampala, please, I'm stuck, I need transport back. The man said, okay, please, don't worry. You wait for those who are going to come to Namugongo in June. You will join them. You will come with them.
Walk on foot.
Exactly.
What I can add there somewhere is that expenses are not on holiday.
Expenses are not on holiday.
The national water is not going to stop to count. Yaka is not going to stop count.
Electricity.
Neither school fees. So don't spend money all on Christmas. In January and February, pay children want school fees. So do not overspend all in the name of impressing. Be original. Where things don't work out, don't go for that.
Don't you think in that line it would even be good if somebody has some good amount of money in this season? Wouldn't it even be good to pay some bills of January before you hit 25th of December? If possible, you put aside the school fees for the children in term 1, pay it now, even put it on the account in case you have that money, because many people in this country may not have that privilege. But there are some people watching who have that opportunity, that right now you have millions of money. So instead of getting into Christmas and you burn every amount of money, why not right now wire the school fees for next term on the account of the school? If you are somebody who is renting somewhere, pay the rent now for January at least, maybe, and depending on your resources, instead of having all this amount of money and you burn it during Christmas, and then in January you are asking, how many months are in January? It is 1 month. Instead of having more money at the end of the month, you have more months at the end of the money.
What a challenge.
Oh, that's a good clarification. Another habit that the Ugandans should avoid, and which is killing us so big time, is participating in gender-based violence. As a senior officer from Child and Family Protection, and who advocates for men who are being beaten at home, I call upon that please don't participate in gender-based violence. Even, by the way, Mr. Samuel and Engineer, well brought up domestic animals like dogs, no longer bark, no longer fight. How about you, a human being? Those who are sending on your spouses and you are fighting them, you will suffer. You are going to have bad Christmas. We are celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. For you are fighting. For you are there barking at children. You are a problem. Wherever you reach, they think that a problem has come. Kindly be an agent of peace. Fight for family. Family is the greatest gift that you can give your family members.
Don't fight your family.
Fight for your family.
But fight for your family. Don't fight your family.
But fight
for your family.
If you feel that energy is too much, there is a skill called boxing. Kindly enroll. Go and fight there. You can arrange Gorora, you fight with him. So I call upon all elements of domestic violence against boys, children, girls, men and women. It should not happen.
I'm glad for you, you are balanced, because the message I always hear all over the place, every time people talk about gender-based violence, they are talking about a man beating a woman as if the opposite doesn't happen. Recently, I took a friend of mine at the police to go and make a statement because the woman was almost killing this man. Yeah. She came with the sister and her mother, so 3 women, and they beat up this man. After he had just finished building a nice house for her, they got her out of the house. I mean, they got him out of the house, and we had to tell him, brother, yes, we are going to pray over these things and talk with it, but then go and also make a statement.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
So gender-based violence is
beyond a woman. It is not a woman issue. It is not a girl issue, and it is killing us so softly.
And here is something else, Afande. I don't know whether you've thought about this. Many times when we say gender-based violence,
yes,
my experience with some people around me has also shown me that many times the violence is not gender-based. We are lying that it is gender-based. That this woman is beating this man because he is a man. That this man is beating this woman because she is a woman. Sometimes it's just character-based violence. Because you are indisciplined. I am not saying they should beat you, but it's many times it's out of indiscipline, but then it is tagged onto gender. Which I think makes it lose sense.
I think you are very right.
You are very right.
The statement is right.
We hide
not
under,
yeah, exactly.
Because that one even has money.
Yes,
it has international visibility.
And
I am not downplaying it. It's a big problem all over the country. But I'm saying sometimes we blow it beyond proportion.
And exactly, this is one of the challenges we've gotten ourselves into. And I think, my brother, remember when we were debating about this very thing with Rotary International, with Dr. Matembe. The thing of emancipation, it has got that tag, and eventually it lost the meaning.
Started as a good thing,
exactly.
Was hijacked by bad elements,
no. Even the perpetrator, these people who were promoters, they sugar-coated it. And the sugar coating was the financial bit on the display. But underneath, it was something to do with fighting the family. Disintegrating the family.
Okay. Now we will put a pause on that topic and probably will return to it next time. But you have raised the key point here that one of the bad habits to avoid this Christmas is fighting. Is gender-based violence. Generally violence.
Violence
of all kinds. Another thing I can maybe encourage the issue of mental illness. It's very serious. So you need to be careful as you're enjoying your Christmas. Be careful who is next to you. I saw a video in church where a preacher got out of mood and slapped a Christian. So mental illness does not know who is who. So you be careful, follow your instincts. When you are sitting next to somebody and you hear he's talking alone, please move a distance. You may lose your teeth. You may lose your eyes. Because mental illness is very serious. I was told this morning the statistics are almost coming to 16 million Ugandans to be patients of mental illness. Causes, we shall discuss them next time. But it is killing us. It is serious. Be quick to say sorry to some people, by the way.
Instead of arguing with them.
Even us in security. Today I was telling traffic officers, when you see somebody is driving in one way, you are stopping him is over accelerating. You may be right, but what is the truth? Step aside and the full call goes. Because he may kill you. Mental illness is very serious. Pressure is too much. And therefore, be careful on that.
So in other words, the habit I'm hearing here that we need to avoid is not being conscious of our surroundings. Especially people and their state of mind.
Follow your instincts.
When you hear somebody say, for me I died a long time ago, don't joke in the father. When I hear somebody say, your father died a long time ago, I don't argue with that one. Even if I am right and he is wrong.
Somebody is saying, my friend, you are not my friend. You step aside. This is a problem. When they are saying Hari Sorore, these are other things. You know, something is tickling that person.
Okay.
And then it will be very dangerous. Some people are absent at home. Use this Christmas to be at home. Have moments to go and check on your crops, on your animals, and even get moment of interacting with your children. Tell them stories. How was Christmas before? Don't be absent in lives of your family. They just see you at night. You are coming at night like
home is like a lodge. Come home to the lodge, go away in the morning.
You go in the morning. So you need to have to be a person who lives legacy, who is inspiring, a role model. Be a role model to your family members, so that they can miss you. So
the habit to avoid here this Christmas is being absent
at home. You find somebody is absent in Kampala, they have gone up country, is absent. Where should we put you, Sebo? Leave football, leave those things.
Go a nomadic pastoralist.
Yes.
Yeah, and actually, when you talk of absenteeism during a period like this,
yes,
it's so critical that it can stretch into the new year, because this season gives you room to reflect, so that you sit back and plan the entry
into the new year,
at all levels. And I want to deviate a little from, I don't know whether it's right, but I want to deviate a little from this kind of mental illness. I think some people have got wrong character. Might be a character thing. One time I watched a church function. They were wedding people, Mogole, you know.
Yes.
And then this priest, you know, there's one faith which uses some young people to help. There was a young man.
Yes. Okay.
And the young man was supposed to hold the microphone for the Mogole to speak. And it kind of moved
away
2-3 times.
That's the thing.
Then this man, no, he hit, you know this thing, you know what?
The knuckle on the head.
He's a man of God.
Now,
so you are wondering whether it's a mental health challenge or character problem? Or both?
Both, maybe. But really?
Oh, wow,
really?
Wow. Even on the altar?
At the altar? No.
Wow.
Well dressed, and then the holiness is with you. Because let me tell you, my brothers, for us during Christmas time and even any other time, but Christmas was always special. When it could come to Christmas, now like a Christmas Eve, you are at church, you are preparing the gardens, sweeping everywhere, picking all the pieces of leaves and everything, mopping everything to
making
be
the compound look spotless.
Exactly.
Artificial flowers.
Exactly. Then the earliest morning of the Christmas 26th itself, actually, as you walk, you don't even want anything to disturb you on the road when you are going for church to Christmas. And when you reach the church veranda, the holiness that comes with you. Then late, maybe by luck, a priest lay a hand on you.
You feel like you are assistant Jesus.
So really, Christmas meant something. And today, you just look at all these that we're talking about, involved in our spirits, in our minds, in our lifestyles, and you really say, could this be a change of character? Is it mental illness? People no longer have the heart that it meant and the moral values and character in them. So moral values and character is one other thing that we need to pay attention to as we go through this season and Christmas season. And secondly, when you avail yourself to your family and to what matters to you, because what matters to you is very critical. And instead of bothering your head with running around almost everything, even where you're not needed, that's why this man gets a job to do. And that's why he cannot
put you in order when
he
you are
cannot even celebrate Christmas.
orderly.
Exactly. He cannot celebrate Christmas. Why? Because somebody is going where he's not supposed to go even at the time. Somebody who could be home and say, okay, let me put my head down. I have to think. I have to focus. How is my January starting? Is just roaming around. And this man is disorganized because of your character.
Yeah.
He cannot settle.
I hear you.
We are
It's a
suffering
challenge.
the character of individuals.
And when you talk about that, my brother, Engineer Ronald, it reminds me of the essence of Christmas.
Yes.
When you even write the word Christmas, there is a word Christ in it.
Exactly.
Christ
Yes.
and Mass.
Mass. Yes.
A Mass
Exactly.
about Christ.
Yes.
You know, hey,
It's
Missa,
two-way.
Mass,
Yes.
Missa. in some-
Yes. Exactly.
It's a Mass about Christ. But then you find that somebody is celebrating Christmas without Christ at the center of the celebration.
Exactly.
I often say, no Christ, no Christmas.
No Christmas. True.
If the focus is not on Christ, who is the reason for the season,
And there's
then
no Christmas.
what you are celebrating is something else, not Christmas.
Exactly.
That's why even some people keep saying happy holidays, happy holidays. I say no, I won't say happy holidays.
Yes.
It is a Merry Christmas.
Exactly.
Merry Christmas.
That's a Merry Christmas,
It's
not a
not.
holiday.
This is not just a holiday.
It's not like any other holiday.
Hey, that it is at the end of a term, second term of school. So now we have holidays. Or it's the International Day, or International
something.
Men's Day, 19th November. No, this is a season of celebrating the coming of a Redeemer.
Exactly.
The surfacing, the coming onto the scene of a savior of mankind. So it's not happy holiday, Merry Christmas.
So, Merry Christmas.
You know, so in that, the habit we should avoid is just saying happy holidays instead of Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And that narrative
Blessing.
brings me to encourage people who don't go to church. Let us use this Christmas to go to church. And when you go
For
to
once.
church, for once, and kindly, when you when you go to church, be careful. Leave these phones. Now I'm speaking as a Christian.
Yes.
We are tired of people who come to church and they are on WhatsApp. So do not do that. Is a bad habit that they should avoid.
What if they are tweeting live the sermon?
It is
We are
also-
now in an online digital world.
That one now brings in the security element. Kindly avoid these issues of live streaming. I'm now at church. I'm here. You
are alerting your enemy.
You are alerting your enemy. They may come and kidnap you there. So, and when you reach at church, when you go to church, since we've been absent or not going there, don't tithe coins. You bring enough money.
What if it's a sack of coins? Coins doesn't mean that they're always
Don't
small.
bring your meanness in church. Then
So that's a habit to avoid, being mean in giving.
God back. The whole 12
Yet
months.
you are celebrating the whole year. You've been
Some people tithe 2,000, but in the evening you find them they have spent 2 million in a bar.
Yes.
You are cheating God and
And cheating yourself at the end of the day,
Cheating
because you are not
yourself,
attracting your blessings
Yes.
that you should be having.
Now somebody is saying, a policeman is saying, when you read Matthew chapter 5 verse 9, blessed are the peacekeepers. I'm
Yes.
telling you as a peacekeeper
Yeah.
that you tithe enough money,
Yes.
you support church, stop supporting these earthly things also. Okay, you can support when they are building a hospital. You reach in a village, you find they are constructing a school. Please be an agent of socio-economic transformation.
You know,
I hear you.
our arrested church leader, Bishop Ongoyo, made a statement of money that he go to church.
Yes.
You know, these small monies go to church, but these are the mazikes.
The 50,000 notes,
They don't pray.
They send representative of coins.
So it's a really challenge.
Yes.
And my brother has just talked about these members here.
The phones.
Yes. Today's generation, you know, this is the thing you spend almost 24 hours with. But you find somebody cannot dedicate the 2 hours with the whole heart. The 2 hours to focus on the Savior of the world. Just 2 hours. In fact, sometimes you hear somebody in church, no, I'll call you, I'm in church.
Must you pick it?
Really?
If you have an e-Bible, it is okay. But some of them, we normally see them when they're on WhatsApp, they are laughing.
Yes.
Even they think disorganizing a sermon. The sermon is going on,
You hear the phone calling.
and then somebody is struggling to, you know, at the end of the day, you are now changing people who had a spiritual flow into something else.
Yeah.
And I remember one note which I could give as an example, although it was not so good. One man, the phone rang and they tried to put it on, but it was so loud that disorganized people.
Yes.
And then everybody was cursing this phone owner. And by the time God stepped out of the church, everyone said, but what kind of person are you? You know, everybody making this statement. Now, this guy, that was the last time he stepped in the church.
Yeah, because of how he was treated.
Exactly.
And imagine he goes to maybe a nearby bar.
That evening he moved to the bar. And when he reached the bar, he was welcomed. Then because he was a puzzle and it was his first time to drink, eventually he knocked a glass and rolled it down and got it broken. The cleaners came quickly. Oh, sorry, sir, they cleaned. Then they gave him a new glass with alcohol. And then the manager said, no, please, don't take it easy. Everybody makes mistakes. The man now became a member.
You got better fellowship at the bar.
And church.
That's
And what moved him from the church? This member.
yeah,
The phone.
yeah. Of course, this thing of the phone is it's about people, an individual and their intentions and what they're really doing. Because like you talked about, some people have their Bibles on the phone. We usually advocate for people going with the physical copies because they are also not easy to manipulate.
Yeah,
The e version of the Bible, sometimes you see they are saying click update and you wonder whether this year Simon Peter is not betraying Jesus this year. What are you updating? But again, putting that aside, to be honest and fair to this era we are in, you find the notebook is on the phone, the Bible is on your phone, and somebody is genuinely taking notes on the phone and not distracted by anything on their phone. Yeah. So I think we just have to keep that kind of balance and keep saying, use it responsibly and know that you
and my
are
brother,
in a place.
those are the people who know that when I will use this phone, it will be in silence.
Exactly.
It will be doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Yes.
Okay. So we are almost coming to the close of this program. In about 5 minutes we will be done. Is there a katarekeka, any other habit that comes to mind that you think needs to be avoided in this season for us to have a happy new year?
Yes, another bad habit is the failure to wake up early and plan for your journey. Failure to save a minute may take you to hell or death. And when you spare a minute, you may avoid perishing.
Yes.
So we say plan for your journey. You know how far your home area is, plan for it. For example, me, I come from Mucunguzi, Oromo Dynasty. We normally take 7 hours. So if I must plan how long the 7 hours will take me. But you cannot say you are going to rush a distance of 7 hours. You want to drive it in 3 hours. You will die, you will crash on the way. So spare that moment and know that life has no spare parts. There is life after Christmas. You need to spread love and know that there is a life after Christmas, as I said. Go enjoy, impact life, come back and concentrate on work. The country still needs you. The church still needs you. Your family needs you most.
Yeah.
And you yourself, you need yourself most. You are a father or a mother of your children when you arrive. So don't die.
When you die, you are called the late so and
we shall
so.
always just stand up 2 minutes. We say rest in peace, or in pieces, depending on the legacy you left behind.
And also depending on your destiny, where you're going after death. Because whereas I believe in life before death,
yes,
I also believe in life after death.
Exactly. So you need to get that. Drive carefully, kindly, pray. Another thing that most people don't do, when you step in your car, pray. Pray for the car, that God be the mechanic. You know the car does not cause an accident. It is the driver who causes an accident. Then your prayer should be a franking, fighting prayer. You know that one?
What's that?
That one is that you pray for the car you are driving and pray for the other people in another lane. Because agents of devil may come and crush you. So you fire the devil in the other lane, you set the Holy Spirit in front and back, and then the man of God, you go on steering.
Yes.
If you feel you are tired, it is not criminal to park aside.
And first to rest a bit for a few minutes.
Don't rush and crash. Yes.
Thank you very much, Sante Sana Fande. Yes, Engineer Ronald.
Well, I should say it's a season of love. And love must be shown at all levels.
Practical.
Yes, practically, please stretch a hand and touch a soul. Make sure that you avoid wasteful behaviors, but involve in meaningful behaviors, including spending rightly where you need to spend. To me, it makes sense to spend money by extending a hand to a needy person to find what to eat than buying crates of alcohol and you make the whole village drunk. Because your money, which you might have gone with to show that maybe you impress people, might be the trigger to people's losing lives. Because you might give them alcohol, they drink themselves stupid, and they die because you have caused it. So take precautions, use the money you have rightly in the way that brings glory to God, in the way that brings love. That would be the only thing that you can extend in the spirit of joy and love.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Do not use the money you don't have to buy the things you don't need just to impress the people who don't even care. Let me repeat that. Don't use the money you don't have to buy the things you don't need in order to impress people who don't even care. They're not even watching. So we come to the close of this program, and I want to believe that you have picked one or two things that are going to help you to truly have a happy new year, because whether you have a happy new year or not will be dependent on how you spend this season of Christmas. What you do, the habits you have, the people you spend the time with, to mention about a few. Maximize this season for its reason. The reason for the season is Christ and nothing else. No Christ, no Christmas. No Christ, no Christmas. So please, just calm down. This is not your birthday, all right? It's not your birthday, it's Jesus' birthday. It's very important that you keep asking yourself, how would he want his birthday to be celebrated? And celebrate it that way. I think that's a simple litmus test. How would Jesus want to celebrate his birthday? Celebrate it that way. Outside that, then we may not have a happy new year. As for me and my family, we are going to focus on the reason for the season. We will spend responsibly. We will take this time to be a time to also extend a hand of help to a few people around us. In fact, we will invest a whole week in a youth camp to speak into the lives of young people for a whole week from 26th to 30th of December. We will use this season for things that have an eternal significance. And while we are doing that, we will be renewing our own relationship with Him whom we are celebrating in this season, the coming of the Savior, Christ Jesus, the Lord and King. No Christ, no Christmas. Until next time, this has been the Inspired Family Leader Program with Samuel A. Bakutana having Senior Superintendent of Police, Afande Jackson Mucunguzi, and having Engineer Ronald Kibuuka. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Until next time, make sure that you continue to live exemplarily, continue to love authentically, and continue to lead relationally.
The leadership skills of a general to lead an army of one woman. So we have to take a lot of pain, a lot of effort to teach children how to get along with one another.
Your raw material is money.
Of course.
But it is not your money.
It is not
That
yours.
is the biggest challenge. So if you do not fear God, you will end up misappropriating this money and taking it to be your own. Yet it is just what you're using to do the work that you're doing.
So ego is very dangerous.